GoldenEye is a game that needs no introduction. Unless you didn't grow up in the 90s like me and have no idea what I'm talking about, in which case... This is GoldenEye, one of the greatest first-person shooters about one of the greatest James Bond films that has one of the greatest cinematic deaths. GoldenEye is known for a lot of things: the banging soundtrack, the hilarious cheats, the incredible speedruns, and the awesome multiplayer. What it's not known for is achievements, that is until recently. Back in January of 2023, the game was released onto Rare Replay with 55 achievements and, I'll be honest, it's a pretty decent list, despite having some multiplayer achievements. They are clever and well-rounded, encouraging the player to experience every aspect of the game with just enough of a challenge. However, I think every game could do with more achievements, and GoldenEye is no exception. So, here are 7 pointless achievements I created for GoldenEye. Having grown up in the 90s, I had my fair share of afternoons filled with Slurpees and Slappers. Now that I'm an adult, I no longer get to enjoy an ice-cold beverage while slapping a friend silly. Although there is a 7-Eleven very close to where I live, none of my friends have the game or any desire to download it. Still, my brain freeze and I are feeling slap-happy like Sean Connery in a crowd of hysterical women, so if none of my friends want a 5-finger fight, I guess NPCs will have to suffice. Which brings me to my first achievement, where I need to complete a level using only Unarmed.
I know Kung Fu.
If you did play GoldenEye multiplayer back in the day, what I'm about to say will make you agree with me or trigger you severely. Playing as Oddjob was a dick move. If you aren't aware, Oddjob is a shorter character than all the rest, giving him a slight advantage. He was used exclusively by kids who would pull their pants down to their ankles and lift their shirt up to pee. Yet despite his shorter size, Oddjob isn't actually the shortest character in the game. That honour goes to Mr. Bond himself, albeit only when the tiny Bond cheat is activated. With years of pent-up frustration from losing to a mate playing as Oddjob, I decided for my next achievement that I would get my revenge by completing a level with the tiny Bond cheat on. At the start of this video I mentioned a few things that GoldenEye is well known for. Something I omitted from that list was the guns. Whether it be signature PP7, the futuristic Moonraker laser, or even the 1974 titular Golden Gun, there are a plethora of unique and interesting weapons found throughout GoldenEye. Yet despite an impressive arsenal, the gun most players probably think of when they hear GoldenEye is arguably the worst it has to offer, the Klobb. Named after game designer Klobb, the gun is noisy, has low damage, terrible accuracy, and is generally unreliable. Overall, it is considered one of the worst guns in FPS history. To restore some of its honour after all these years, for achievement number 3, I need to kill 47 enemies with the Klobb. If the Klobb is the most well-known gun in the game, then DK mode would absolutely be the most well-known cheat. Standing for Donkey Kong, DK mode was essentially a big head cheat that changed character proportions in a way that was hilarious to my younger self in the 90s and still hilarious to my adult self now. While some of the character models were already unintentionally hilarious, DK mode just made these even funnier. As an ode to Donkey Kong and his hilarious cheat that made me giggle, for my next achievement I need to complete the level jungle with the DK mode cheat on. If you haven't seen the movie GoldenEye, you may not be aware that it has one of the more unique car chases to appear in a film. Let me set the scene for you. General Oromov kidnaps Natalia and is taking her to Yanis. With no other cars around, Bond commandeers the nearest vehicle to give chase. What commences is a gripping chase through the streets of St. Petersburg full of drifting, destruction and dramatic tyre straightening. Yet despite all of the carnage, nobody actually dies in this scene. The same cannot be said after I complete my next achievement, where I need to run over 20 enemies in the level streets. So far I have killed enemies by karate chopping them in the head, tickling them with the Klobb, and flattening them with the tank. While these methods are unorthodox, what if Bond doesn't have access to a gun or a tank and doesn't feel like getting his hands dirty? During the mission Bunker 2, Bond starts in a holding cell. However, thanks to Q and his genius, Bond's watch has a magnet attract, allowing him to not only attain the cell key, but also some nearby throwing knives. Thus brings us to my 6th achievement, where I need to complete the level Bunker 2 using only throwing knives. Lately I have found myself going down one of YouTube's many rabbit holes. The one in particular I have found myself in is speedruns, courtesy of awesome YouTuber and fellow Australian, Carl Jobst. Not only does he make excellent and in-depth videos about many facets of the speedrunning world, but he himself is a speedrunner and holds some insanely impressive time for GoldenEye. Recently I watched a video he made about the world record on runway for 00 Agent and I was gobsmacked. I wanted to capture my own decent run on this difficulty, but lacked the time, skill and dedication that actual speedrunners have. However, what I do have is access to a cheat that makes me faster, and, seeing as this is my video, I'm going to allow the use of it. So for my final achievement, I need to earn a time under 40 seconds on 00 Agent on the level runway with the turbo mode cheat on. With those 7 achievements done, that is enough GoldenEye for now. There really isn't much more I can say about this excellent game that hasn't been said by so many others already. It is outright iconic and responsible for many great memories for myself and millions of others. To this day, I still listen to the entire soundtrack on occasion when going for a long walk. If you have Rare Replay, I would highly recommend playing it again for old time's sake. And if you've never seen the movie, I cannot recommend it enough. They are both quintessentially 90s, and seeing them takes me back to a more innocent time that I miss more and more the further we get away from it. Thank you kindly for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, and if you want more achievement related content, consider subscribing. Let me know down in the comments what achievement you would add to the game, and I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, take care and be happy.